Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my video review for this month's issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. This one's for issue 154, which hit yesterday. This one's called Led to Slaughter. Major spoiler warning if you guys have not read this issue yet. This one's a good one. I mean, this one's a really, really good one. And also my apologies that I didn't get the review posted for you guys yesterday like I normally do on Wednesdays. It was simply just because I had gone through the issue and it was just before work, and I didn't want to rush the review for it because I only had like half an hour, and that's not really enough time to do it justice. And this issue was incredible. It was hard for me to wait till today too, because it's just... oh man, this one was really, really awesome. So, like I said, spoiler warning, Led to Slaughter. We have the cover. Let's start with the cover. So we've got Michonne and Aaron, and we kind of knew this cover was released a while ago, probably like I think it was like a month ago at this point. And we're gonna see in the cover Michonne and Aaron. They seem to be fighting back to back, Led to Slaughter. You know, the title and everything, but it's not always indicative of what happens in the issue itself. So you can't always tell. And in this one, we do see the death of Aaron, or it looks like the death of Aaron. I mean, it's possible he could survive, I guess, but he gets stabbed pretty brutally. I mean, it's like, you know, those knives are big. They're like that, and it like goes all the way in right in his lower abdomen there, and like one side, and it goes straight through. So I would think most likely he's probably dead, because also it's not like the fighting has stopped at this point. Michonne's still there too, which should make for next issue, issue 155, pretty exciting to see how she's able to kind of escape or fight her way out of it. I could do a predictions video after this. Maybe I'll do one for tomorrow. But I don't think that Michonne is going to be killed there. I think she's going to find a way to get out. And, of course, we have seen Aaron now is brutally stabbed. So we'll see. Is she going to be able to get him back and get him medical attention that he's going to need right away? Or is he going to die slowly? Because that would be a really painful and brutal death like that, to just bleed out. I would think... with regards to realistically, he would bleed out, I think, before she'd be able to get him back. Most likely, you know, it's just, yeah. So we've got that. We've got Andrea and Maggie who meet again, and we have some good stuff with Andrea in this one. We get to see where she's been at all this time when all this other stuff has been going on in Alexandria since Rick asked her to kind of get Carl and Lydia the hell out of Alexandria, which she did, and brought them to the hilltop. Carl wants to stay there. He sees the hilltop as his home now, and it's pretty cool. It's funny how Maggie and Andrea, they talk about Sophia, and she tells her to hopefully he gets the crazy girl pregnant, which I thought was funny. You know, rather than Sophia, because she doesn't want the drama and there's too much shit going on already for her. So I thought that was pretty funny and pretty cute. It was a good line and stuff, and she decides to stay there for a bit. But eventually Andrea does return to Alexandria and see Rick, who we find out from her that he's missing teeth at this point. You know, and she sees the graffiti on the walls and everything, and just so much has changed, and she's been gone this short time, and in such a short period of time. Rick being betrayed, the whole thing that happened with issue 150, and that was pretty big. So yeah, so that was cool to see her finally get to see Rick again. He says that he's become a better leader. That's mainly what happened. But yeah, you think about it too, like that's one thing about fighting a lot. If you get in a lot of scraps, you end up losing teeth. If you guys ever seen mixed martial arts Dan Henderson, he has like no teeth. Like he just has dentures, and he can take them out, and you know, he's nothing. He's lost all his teeth. Getting in too many scraps, it just happens. They get knocked out and stuff. It's what it is, right? So that was pretty funny, but you know, it's true. Something you don't think about, but yeah, in real life, that you know, you do. If you're going to fight a lot, you're going to lose your teeth unless you're wearing a mouth guard. Even sometimes, then still, you could get a tooth knocked out in a good scrap. So I liked all that. That was all good, and it was cool to see Carl at the hilltop, you know, doing his blacksmith duty and that kind of stuff, and deciding that he wants to stay there, even though Rick wants him to come back because they're. And now, as we're going to see, it's going to be war. I would think there's pretty much no way Rick's going to be able to avoid it this time, even if he doesn't want it. Now that Aaron's going to probably be killed as well too, you know, not a good shot of him getting out of this, making it out of this alive. And they have Negan. I see there to be pretty much no other way. They're pretty much going to have to go to it. So, of course, really exciting sequence. So we'll talk about the Negan stuff in a minute because that's all really, really funny in some of his lines and stuff. But the guy, what does Negan call him? Frowny mctwoknives. That guy is scary. He's scary. And I love Negan's response to him. He's like, you guys are scary as fuck. And then he says, he talks about them accidentally possibly stabbing each other. And he says, don't F and F with me. It had to have happened at one point or another. And I never thought about that. But it's probably true. They probably have done that over time. Maybe too often. The living Russian dolls, the dogs under the skins, that was pretty funny, like Looney Tunes type deal. And then, holy shit, you're scary as F. You're on mean looking MFer. That's what he says to the biggest one with the double knives that stabs Aaron, who's kind of like the leader. He calls himself Beta, but he's like kind of the leader of that little group that's there. But the only one they recognize as actual leader is Alpha, it seems. But that guy is really scary, really, really scary. And I like his weapons too. What kind of knives are those? They got like the handles and stuff, and they're long and everything. Oh my god, that guy is so scary. Something out of a horror movie. So definitely feel bad for Aaron going up against him and getting brutally rocked like that. Sucks. So we got all that, and he tells Negan that he's too loud, which is funny. And, and surprisingly, they let Negan come with them, right? Because he says he wants to join. He's a joiner. So I guess it's part of their protocol that if someone wants to join, then they would allow them to. I mean, they have to get their numbers that big somehow, and he may have information that they want. But at the same time, once Michonne and Aaron go to demand that they release him, they're like, no, and then it gives us the advantage because, as Michonne said, she doesn't want to hurt any of them. They just want Negan back. But the Whispers, at this point, I don't think they will want to give Negan up because that's someone who's from the other group, of course, that is that's a rebel of the group. He's left. And now he wants to join the Whispers. So, man, really cool. So, of course, the last page was great when Negan actually meets Alpha for the first time. I love Charlie Adler's artwork, and you can see her there. She's like standing up, and he's like, I'm Negan, and at the bottom, I'm in love. This is really funny because we never seen anything like that from Negan before, but Negan's never met anybody like Alpha before, and of course, him kind of being in charge of the Saviors, I'm sure he respects other people that are in charge of groups as much as he hates Rick, which I'm not even sure how much he really does hate Rick. He still respects him. I'm sure he hates him a good amount for locking him up and everything, but at the same time, he must respect him. So seeing a woman in charge of everything like that, I'm sure Negan finds that to be very, very attractive. It's just funny. So all of Negan's lines all throughout were really, really funny. I was laughing my ass off while I was reading it. This one is such a great issue because it has such a mixture. You have the horror stuff and the scary stuff that makes The Walking Dead so great, makes it so thrilling and everything with some of the Whisperers, like our the bigger one, who I want to say, because Negan's pretty big by himself. He's probably like, I imagine, somewhere around 6 foot or something like that. I would look at him like that, maybe 210 or something, and this guy dwarfs him. Like if you look at the artwork, this guy is huge. So he must be like 6'8" or something, like a pro basketball player, and he's huge. He's got the jacket and everything, and oh my god, it's just so scary. So really cool. I get the same kind of vibe that I got when we first met the Saviors in the Walking Dead comic book series. The guy with chainsaw, and you got Negan. He's got all these different guys with him and stuff. And I got that same kind of vibe from this guy, Frowny. So really funny issue. Forgot to mention too the Eugene with Stephanie on the radio. So we find out her name. So that's kind of cool. And that's pretty much all I got to say about the issue. It was a great mix. It had like I said, the horror, and then it had the action, and it had also kind of the progression in terms of where our characters were at, and then it also had some kind of, I guess, love at first sight comedy romance from Negan's side mixed in. So this one was really fun. In terms of a score, I got to give this one a 10 out of 10. This was just incredible. I loved reading it, all the way through every page, and it just got better as it went. And then when the final page was like, wow, that's really good, really good stuff. So what's going to happen now? Maybe I'll do a predictions video tomorrow. If you guys want to see that, write it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Negan is full of shit with all of this? It certainly doesn't seem like he is at this time, and it seems to me like he actually does like Alpha, which is funny. So I'm really excited, as always, to see what's going to happen next, because just because it's just so funny. Like, I can't even imagine, like, that all the things that have happened recently in the series, and Negan escaping and all this stuff. Brandon, he's like lying with his mouth open and stuff. So oh my gosh, so what a great issue. I absolutely loved it. Write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you thought about this one. This one killed me. I was laughing and I was gasping, and I was just, oh man, this was a great issue. So write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you liked this review, please thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe at the bottom left. Let me know if you guys want to see predictions for next issue, and maybe I will do it. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again real soon tomorrow for another video. So this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Wow. See you guys.